And so, Father, we honor you and we thank you for always blessing us. You've kept us alive. You filled us with joy. You have blessed us with life. We are called the elect of you, God. We are called the sons of you, God. We are called the children of you, God. We are called the heirs of you, God. Lord, thank you for all of these blessings. Tonight, I pray for every one of us here that your word will fall on a good ground and bear 100-fold of fruits. None shall leave this place the same way they came. But the Lord fill you with testimonies. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. All right, please take your seat. Hallelujah. All right, 1 John. Our spirits relate to frequencies. And music actually flows in frequencies. So to invoke a spirit, there is a frequency, the 34 point something hertz. Yeah, that's how all songs that make people become violent are very loud. Any song that makes people violent are loud. Songs that make people think, songs that drive a group of people are very low. If you study apartheid, it was soft songs. If you study slavery, how they overcame, soft songs. The Jews, when they were in Babylon, they said they will not sing songs of the foreign gods, but they will sing they will not sing their gods, the song of their gods, because the song of their God has a way of invoking their spirits. It's spiritual. Music is very spiritual. People who are not spiritual are those who think they can listen to anything at all. You didn't create yourself. Music is food for the soul. What does that mean? It means it kindles the soul. When you eat, naturally you are energized. Yes. And the Bible speaks of it. Even Satan had musical powers, angels, and all of that. So it is beautiful. There are some songs that can make you spiritual. They make you excited. They are gospel songs. It's because of the various things that are added to the song. But songs that are, have you heard some songs and you are crying? It's the soft songs. Yeah, they touch the core of your being. They are all spiritual. There's a state, if you listen to some songs, something will fall on you. Yeah. So songs are very spiritual, very, very spiritual. You may like some songs, but they may not be helpful. Yeah. Not that they are ungodly songs. Instruments are important. Yeah. Every instrument that we play in church actually are in angels. Every tone you hear are in angels. Some of the angels are percussions. Some are tambourines. Yes. Some are harps, flutes. That's how they are made. They themselves are the instruments. Of course, they are instruments of cruelty as well. Are you not surprised that David never prayed for Saul? He only played music for him. And demons leave. Yeah, because it stirs the spirit of Saul. And the demons can't stay in that atmosphere. Demons don't like a heated environment. Demons are like bacteria. Actually, it is the fall of men that brought bacteria and viruses. If men had not fallen, there wouldn't be any of these organisms, microorganisms. Most of them are as a result of the fall of man. They are not the creation of God. It is out of the study of those organisms evolutionary theory was born. They don't understand the beginning, they understand the process. Like some of the plants, they were not created by God. They just came up because of the fall of man. Thorns, thistles, God didn't create them. Yeah. Even some of the creation we see, the mammals, Some of them are offspring of the fallen nature. Yes. Sin did not only affect the spirit it did not only affect or did not only lead to death, it affected the person. Our genes were affected. Aggressive, like God created us to be gentle. Anything contrary to gentility is as a result of the fall. They are all fruits of the fallen nature. God didn't create it. And when these spirits visited the animals, their genes were mutated and it affected their offspring. Like the age of men were reduced because of sin. Behavior and character of animals were also affected. So all this carnivorous nature and predatory instincts are not created by God. God didn't create them like that. They were powers that were supposed to be contained. It's not part of my message, so let's focus. I was actually talking about music when we came here. Music is spiritual. Many of you don't even know your place. But if you are to understand, you are workers together with God. Anybody who is a singer actually is close to angels. That's why when a singer is falling into sin, they go very deep. Yeah, because they are not only close to the soul, they are actually close to the flesh. But if they maintain their momentum in Christ, they always drink deeper. Every singer is a prophet. Yeah. Recently I heard that worldly singers write songs for gospel singers in Ghana. Tinima said it yesterday. I was shocked. What a shame. But what inspiration? But the problem is that the singers don't read their Bible. Yeah, if you're a singer, you read your Bible, you will never lack inspiration. Inspiration comes by reading. Actually, reading is a fellowship. It's not the only means of fellowship. But that's the highest, at least materially. You can sit with Paul in your room through his letters. That's a very high level of fellowship. So if you decide to even read the Psalms every month, and every day you can read some of the Psalms, there is no way you can write songs. Plenty. So why should an unbeliever write songs for you? So, but if the person cannot read and write? Most of the songs we are singing today were not written. Oh yeah, make cry, sorry. Those songs were not written. It was in meetings people started singing. It became the norm. The outflow of the Spirit. Yeah. If you listen to it, Yehe nyankopon, Yawodi yenkosie, Sana odiena, Seni doswa, Odi yenkosie, Sano so doswa. Esther Nyame Church, she just was in church and started singing. It's not something they wrote. A good number of them, they go to the studio, they just put on the music and they start singing. And that's the same with even most of the worldly singers who were original, like unbelievers. Like this Amachi Dede and all those people. They didn't write their songs. So they come, yes, play this, no, for Manamana. Then they start singing. None of them wrote it. It's after they have finished singing that they write. Because from their soul, that's why those ones don't seem to pass away. Because they tap into realms. And most of them have drug issues. Because alcohol, smoking, those things actually is the easiest way to fellowship with evil spirits. It is not possible for you to dabble in the occultic and not dabble in any of these things. It's not possible. Because that's what opens your soul up. Those elements were introduced by fallen angels. They came to show men how to invoke them. Like right now, a lady comes to you and says, what I like is, what should I use? What do you like? Do you people know that you are royals? You are like sons of God. You must have choice. Don't wait for people to ask you what you like. You should know. It's part of your calling. He said, he shall give you the desires of your heart, and in your heart there's no desire. But let's ask the boys, you see some of the things they say. Pastor Michael, today I met one of your sheep at Moving Peak Hotel. He's a man, he's a grown up. Unfortunately, I didn't ask his name. And he saw me, he stood at a distance. I went, when I got to him, he said, he's waiting for me now. He's one of your church members. And he has been seeing pictures, but today is the first time he's seeing me. I was impressed when I saw him. You know, some sheep, when you are able to win them, it's a sign that God has called you. That he looks prim and proper. Like, and I don't think he might be. Will he be up to 30? He will not be up. Oh, you know him. What do you like? You see, he said he wants the whole world to be his parish. But this will not answer my question because what you are saying is too big for me. But I'm talking about you want to reveal your keys to somebody. Like if somebody says that, you are the ladies would have really been the best. Like a boy is getting close to you and you are showing the boy that do this and I'll like you. And those are the things I was asking. Like, oh, a boy who baths is what I like. A boy who gives me money. So when I asked her, what do you like? She said, I like money. Then I was trying to say that the angels came to show us how to invoke them. So, like, I like money. If you can do that, I'll be close to you. Or else I can't come. Then, okay, so if you can drink alcohol, drink a lot. Drink a lot. And if you can drink and collapse. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. When a fetish priest, for instance, is as manifested, they can drink like 10 gallons of appetition and they will still not be, they will not die. Because as they are drinking, the spirits receive them. And so they become just channels. You people, message for today. So all this music and things. Now everybody has what they like. Yeah, but some people don't know. That's why sometimes some people can easily remove you. Do you get it? For instance, some of you like maybe clean people. Yeah. You like handsome. That one people can't do much about it because that's who they are. They can't change. But I think that everybody is handsome. It depends on how you add and subtract. It's the same with the sisters. Every sister is beautiful. If you're a lady here, you think you're not beautiful, you have a problem. That is bigger than the problem you anticipate. Now, every one of you is very beautiful. Like, very beautiful to anybody. And don't say that, oh, this person doesn't like sisters like this. It doesn't exist. Nah. So, me, I like fair people. So, if you are not fair, it's not true. Nobody likes one thing. Everything you like is a compliment of another thing. That's how it is. So imagine somebody says that, oh, this girl is a mad woman, but she's fair. Will you still marry the person? Hello? So it's not fair that you like. You like fair with sanity. What if you met a fair person who has clear minds, not mad, but very dirty? He doesn't bath, doesn't wash the teeth, doesn't comb the hair, doesn't cut the nails. What again? Doesn't cut the hair. You realize that even though the person is fair, is sane, but other things. So sometimes when you check the thing, the list is actually 10. And if somebody can make even 4, you'll be okay. Yeah. What's that? It takes cut. What is cut? Oh, you don't like people who take. By the way, do you know cut? Like, let's say the church is buying 10 bags of cement. And the bags of cement, you go to the cement owner. On the market, the cement is 100 cedis. Then you go to bargain with the owner to make it 90, so that you take the 10. Not for the church. That's what the boys have been doing. And if you go, it's 100. That's the problem. And mostly because they will take the cut. Even if the person can bring it to 90, they will not bring it to 90. Like the masons or the carpenters. They determine how much they will charge. But because somebody will take a cut, they don't bring it below the addition of the cut. And so people like, they are the cutiters. Cutiters. Plenty. I see there's a word that people don't even know exists. For instance, if you think that, oh, this is a mason, is just working. It's not like that. The person that brings the mason gets, like, if the money the mason is getting is 150, the person gets about 20 to 30 cedis every day. Yeah, and I can mention names like that here. Oh, you didn't know all of these things? Oh. Agency fee. Some of them are like landlords. they get houses for you. And you think that the rent is 700 cedis, but actually it's 650. But if you go, the person will give it to you for 700. So actually the person is just doing business. That's what we call cut. And it's a booming business. It's a booming business. Even sometimes people who are not even contracted also get cut. Yeah. I heard Amele sometimes gets cut. When we paid them, they said, oh, madam, you are the one who brought us, so this is fried rice. That's also a cut. I mean, I'm not accusing anybody, I'm just defining the cut. The cut part there is Tarek and then Femi and Raf. They are the real cut eaters. Femi, Tarek, and Raf. And Tarek is the leader. Anytime you mention that, oh, Charlie, we need carpenters. Tarek said, I have carpenters. I'll bring them. That's the reason. And it's a language that is well understood. Steel bender. And it's not like something you bargain. It's a law among all the artisans. Like this roof, Tarek got over 2,000 out of it. How much was it? He said, oh, Pastor, only 1,500. The wife is laughing. She doesn't know that 500 came to her. So when you tell them that, oh, we are going to buy the roofs from here, they say, no. Let's buy it from here. It's here, it's the original. If you don't measure it well, the Hamburg measurement will not meet it and the building will collapse. Because he knows if it goes here, if you go there, they will give you your cut. So Eugene is one of the principalities of the cut. Onukado a caterpillar. Francis too gets cut. Francis, you get cut. I say, actually, my cat. Hey. Why you can get to get cat? You got to rent cat. And tell him out today. He is their boss. He will not go for the project. He will strategize. Like, oh, if you take this one to pastor, he will not agree. So put it here. So that our own will be 5%. And then you take the 3, I take the 2. That's all. So his name doesn't come up. Like who brought it? They say Raf, but behind the scenes is Tinima. You see, I heard that when I was building my house, at a point, Tinima was misbehaving, so I asked Samson to take over. And Samson said Tinima was not happy. Because all the cat that he was getting. Your pastor is bleeding and you are still cutting. Me, I'm not surprised. Tinima, he will come and tell you. Then listen, the thing, it was 500. I took 800. The 300 is what I used to buy my phone case yesterday. he will tell you. He will tell you. So, Pastor, is it right to cut? You see, one of the problems is that the people you bring, when they make a mistake because of the cut, you defend them. And that's what Tarek is guilty of. Like, when the person is misbehaving, he can't call to rebuke them. Now you took the money instead of you to come to the work because he has taken his cut. So, Pastor, they will come. Then you come and tell us that we should rather call them. You brought them, call them. So, Pastor, you call them. Go. So if the cut softens your hands, things get affected. It reduces your what? Your conviction. But generally, why don't you sow the cut as a seed? So it's a cut project. There are caterpillars and cations. Some people are receiving a la carte. A la carte means that the thing that they have brought, they themselves will steal it away. Hey. Or people have stolen, like the fans. The fans were using, the fan, one of them is, no, most fans are 400. That one is over 1,000. When you go to the basement, see that the last fan doesn't work. It's not part of the ones we had at the basement. There were 9. 7 have been stolen. Yeah, it's left with only 2. Yeah. And to steal a fan means that you have to steal 2 things. The motor and the blade. Hey! People don't know what they are doing to their lives. So the house of God now be reality. There was a cat no more cat here now. A cat more. Anyway, I said I'm preaching on overcoming the world. This type of message, I wish we could pray to a certain point that we start preaching. But let me set the foundation. Because you need inspiration to preach certain things. All right. Now, 1 John 5:4 says, for whatever is born of God overcomes the world. What is the world that you have to overcome? Now, the world here does not mean the earth. How many of you know that even in English, the earth is different from the world? Like the monitor is different from the computer. When you talk about computer, you talk about hardwares, softwares, and all of that. And that make up the computer. When you talk about the earth, you are talking about if it is used in a literal sense. Don't forget the hermeneutics class. There's always the literal sense. When you talk about earth in a literal sense, you are talking about that which is visible, which can be touched. The Bible scholars call it the material orb. What we are working on. This is the earth. But when you talk about the world, in the literal sense, you are talking about the systems, the people, and all that is in the earth that cause the things we see to be. And to help you understand the systems, because if we are talking about the people, we know people. You are a person, that is easy to understand. We are talking about plants, principles, dynamics of gravity, etc. Those ones we understand them. But to put it in a simple sense, why is it that you can't marry at the age of 16? It is because of the world. It is because of a system. The system is that you have to go to school, which is very good. And if you follow the school sequence, means you finish your basic education by 16 or 15, secondary education by 18, university education by 23, 24. So practically, anytime anybody is marrying before 25, 24, we are likely to say that he's marrying early. Why? Because it is as if that is the earliest a person can ever marry. Because of the systems of the world. Another question. Why is it that Ghana, we print money? How many of you know that we print our money in this country? Yeah, Ghana money is printed by Ghana government. We may not print it here, but it is, like the president of Ghana can actually print so much that he can share 10 million to every Ghanaian. Or you didn't know that? So why are they not doing that? By the way, for instance, the government of Ghana has not paid teachers. You just go and print money and come and give it to the teachers. So why is he not doing that? It is because of the systems of the world. And this is the system. If you have 1 million, and if you have 1 million, and you have 1 million, and I'm selling this speaker for 1,000 cedis. This one says I'll buy, this one says I'll buy, this one says I'll buy. Now, this one says that, who will I give it to? So I said, okay, I'll sell it 1,500. And this one said, okay, I'll pay 3,000. Then this one said, I'll pay 5,000. Then this one said, but before you realize, because all of you have money, you are buying this box for $100,000 or 100,000. So if all of us have a lot of money, the value of the money becomes small. And the things that the money can buy, it cannot buy it again. I'm preaching economics. That's demand and supply. So because of that, the government determines how much money to release in the system. So if the government releases too much money into the system, then $1 now is 1,000 Ghana cedis. Because the dollar is scarce and the cedi is easy to get. Rather, the dollar should be easy to get. So that if it is easy to get the dollar money goes down. So if IMF people say that tomorrow I'm going to give 3 billion to a Akufo-Addo government, all of a sudden they say the dollar has moved from 16 cedis, it's now 14 cedis. Why? Because money is coming, so it is going to be easy. Dollar is coming, so it's going to be easy to get the dollar. Who set up these systems? Did you understand it like that? For instance, They can print so much money that if you want to buy pure water, you have to buy it 1 million cedis. That is why in Zimbabwe, you need 10 trillion to buy coke. Because the most educated president in the world decided to print more money. He doesn't care. So like with the way we have 100 Ghana cedis note, he just add 2 more zeros to it so that it becomes 10,000. So that one paper is now 10,000. So he's printing more money. And the money in the country becomes useless. Because now everybody has a lot of money. Your salary is now 6 million. And the pure water is now 500,000. Do you understand? So it is politicians, the Minister of Finance, that says that when we measure the number of services in the country, the number of goods in the country, and our natural resources, what our services, teachers, nurses, bankers, services they are rendering, products, our cocoa, our bossa, when we put all of them together, it will be 3 trillion. So Ghana government only bring 3 trillion into the system. Do you understand? So if the Ghana government brings 3 trillion and we are still not able to eat all the 3 trillion, then they say that, oh, there's, what's the opposite of deficit? Huh? So they praise themselves. We have GDP growth of, then that, when I said goods and services, that's GDP. Like they have to, the school people, educated people, sit down and calculate the amount of money that Ghanaians need. That's what the finance minister does. In case you don't know what are they doing, the finance minister, this is what they do. They sit down to say that the whole Ghana, when we put together how much money you have to pay doctors, nurses, drivers, fuel attendants, petrol, truck drivers, maids, pastors in churches, the TV we are buying, everything in Ghana, when we put it together, how much will it be? Then we determine how much money we need. We can say that, okay, we need 3 trillion, but we will not print 3 trillion. We will get some from outside. They will come some from here. So if more money from outside is coming into your country, your currency will begin to increase. That's when they say, oh, the dollar is now doing well. Because there's more demand on your money. Like Nigerians are buying cedis because a lot of Ghanaians are going to Nigeria and they use cedis to buy things. Do you get it? Some of these are giving that should we pay our loans in our local currency or in foreign currency? It's one of the most stupid questions anybody can ask. I'm giving you the loan and you are telling me what currency should you pay it in. You pay it in the currency I like. So the more you go to America, you pay it in dollars. If Americans were coming to us for loans, we would rather say that we are giving it to you in cedis. And they'll have to start allowing cedis in America. But the cedis are not allowed in America. But dollars are allowed here because we go for money from them. Did you get it? Who set up these systems? And these systems determine the outcome of everything on this earth. The system, for instance, that says that, write these exams. If you pass, I'll give you 10,000 cedis every month from the government. So it's a good thing. Then you write the exams, you become a nurse, they give you 10,000 cedis. Another person didn't write the exams. Because of that, they don't give him anything. Now, don't forget, they say that if we bring too much money into the system, the money becomes useless. So we should set up a system to separate the boys from the men. We should set up a system so that we can know who to give the money to, because we can't give it to everybody. So they set up a system, buying and selling. So if you will engage in buying and selling, then we'll give you more money. For instance, if you decide that whenever anybody is sick, you give him an injection, we'll give you money. Well, if you decide that people want to be happy and laugh, so if you can come and stand on TV and play football, we'll give you some of the money. So those who do nothing do not get anything, because the system is that not everybody should get some. Do you understand? That's how the world operates. This is how the world runs. They can't give money to everybody. It has to be given to some. So they set up a system that rewards, for instance, okay, we want to give it some. Who should we give it to? Should we look at tribe? No. Should we look at race? No. No. So now let's set up a system. Those who meet the standards of the system get more of it. That's the principle of money that runs the world. Who introduced these systems? And the Bible says that if you are born of God, you become stronger than this system. What it means is that if the system says that you must work before they give it to you, without working, you can still get it. That's what the Bible means when it says you overcome the world. It doesn't mean you should be lazy, because our system too also operates. There's a spiritual system which will also come there. If the system says that, for instance, as it stands now, it is more difficult to marry than to be a fornicator. In fact, there are people who not formally marry because they think it is expensive. But if anybody says that it's expensive to marry, it's because the person is not wise. Because any expenses in marriage is self-imposed. Okay. What if the parents say that they will take 10,000 cedis bride price? He that is born of God overcomes the world. He that is born of God overcomes the world. The price they are asking from you is because you don't have a relationship with them. You have not learned to have a certain kind of relationship with them. Besides, the person that they have given a long list to marry, if you get her pregnant, would they still demand that long list? So, Pastor, are you saying we should go and get people pregnant? No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But there is a wise way of doing things, which is part of the systems that we are born into. You can easily defeat the world. Pastor, I didn't go to school. How can I read and write? You can overcome the world. Because the world rewards literacy by submitting to a system of schooling. Reading and writing has nothing to do with going to school. It's a personal thing you can learn. How did you learn to use a computer? Did somebody sit you down? How did you learn to use a phone? By just familiarizing yourself with phones. So if you start ABCD, A for apple, B for boy, you'll be able to do it. But you will not want to, because at the time people were learning A for apple, they were too young that they didn't even care. Now you are grown up, so you don't want to do A for apple. That's pride. You have to be humble to learn what you don't have. Do you understand? So there is a system that rules this world. And the Bible says that when you are born of God, you overcome that system. You become stronger than that system. That system that rules this world is for you to produce a certain kind of lifestyle. It's for you to be a certain kind of a person. If you follow the things of this world, the conclusion is that you will die. Because it produces evil. And everything in this world has been programmed to produce evil. That is why it is very easy to be a fornicator than to be a married person. Why? Because your parents will be okay if you are fornicating and you are not married. But if you decide to marry, uncles must come in. Friends with benefit must come in. Our Greek teachers must come in. And why do our parents have that kind of? It's because of the pride of life. Now the mommy I drop here and wedding man who na me buy a wedding here teachable fruit to us. I will not allow it. Meanwhile, mommy Ajua too is from Kwame Despai's house. And you too, you are from Mr. Chay's house. Like, look at me here. Sometimes when I see the Laverne kids, I envy them. I envy them. We didn't get this kind of childhood. Today I was going home. Fano said I should buy bull fruit. Ben's bull fruit. I stopped, I bought the bull fruit. He said, if I will not let him watch cartoon, he will not eat the bull fruit. So I didn't talk. I started eating the bull fruit. These days you beg kids to eat, you beg them to eat. Oh, in those days, they were 8 around one bowl. Only I sit there. And now you have remembered your elder brother. That's why you see blows over food. How many of you, the system in your house was that when you're about to eat, they serve the food and then your mother keeps the meat. When you finish eating, then they share the meat. Because if they put the meat, some killers will never allow some people. You will not get one meat self. So that when you see the way people are, you can see that they had a very soft life from childhood. Most of the people who rule the world didn't have a soft life. Because soft life actually destroys. Oh yes. If you want, check. Yeah. The reason why Akufo-Addo is not doing well, I think he's not doing well. Let's be sincere. I traveled some time ago. As I was applying, the money I paid when I converted it to Ghana cedis, it was 3,600 or 4,600. I did another one, and I used somebody's card, Visa card. So I said, so how much did when I checked, it was 9,400 cedis. Not because the white people have increased the thing, but because our money has reduced in value. And why is it that Ghana cedi is falling, but Ghanaians are not getting rich? I'll show you the secret. Government is overspending. So if they're overspending, how come we are not feeling it? If you're overspending, it means our money is overused. So that's how the money is going down. If the government of Ghana decides not to spend, our money, $1 will be 1 cedi. Because it will be scarce to get our money. So whenever you see the cedi depreciating, it means that we are overspending. Listen, the easiest way to assess a government is the exchange rate. Forget it. But Umia is the one who said it, and I'm quoting him. And that's true. And that's true. One of you have seen that fuel is now expensive. It's not that they have increased fuel prices. So it's because they buy this fuel with dollars. So all the cedis that they are collecting, they collect, let's say, 2 million cedis, and they get only $1,000. So you can't buy enough fuel. That's what is going on. So the small dollar that is in the system, there is a scramble for it. So, but who are the people? That I'm showing you, the fuel people. They need dollars to buy fuel from Kuwait. So how do they get the dollars? They take cedis from you and they go to Raf that I'm buying dollars. But as Raf is coming to sell the dollar to you for 10 cedis, somebody too comes and say, I'll buy it 11 cedis. Then somebody say, because if you don't buy 12 cedis, you will not get some. That's why the money is going down. So they said that, okay, Bank of Ghana should determine the currency rate. So they'll put it there. Dollar is 14 cedis. That's fine. We will all respect it. But I'm not getting some. What does scarcity do? We all know economics is basic. What does scarcity do, number one? What does scarcity, the effect of scarcity? If there is scarcity, well, somebody has mentioned monopoly is one of them. Monopoly is simply that MTN says that before they sell 5 gig to you, you must give 50 cedis. Because they are only for instance, when Dangote came to Ghana, when you go to Nigeria, hello? Give it to him to come and preach. When Dangote came to Ghana, he realized that if he sells his cement for 30 cedis. It will still be more expensive than the cost of cement in Nigeria, because Ghana money is better than Nigeria money. But if he sells his cement 30 cedis, Ghana will collapse. That means everybody will go to Dangote. So they go to Dangote and say, no, you can't sell it 30 cedis, you have to sell it 100 cedis. That's what they did to the Jata cement guy, because they wanted to reduce it so they form association. Ghana Petrol Sellers Association. So if you want to reduce yours, it's not possible. What we tell, because if you reduce your, people will come to you. So all of us, we are taking 10 cedis. Who set up these systems? Did you get it? So even though Ghana government can say that the dollar is 14 cedis, the black market will win. Because black market people would say that the dollar is actually 12 cedis. So they have 2 cedis that they are, even theirs is cheaper. Why? Because the demand is high and they are not getting it. So if all of them say that we will not bring the dollar out, then you see that things are start rising. Because you dollar ni bi. Na dollar no see here they are free Japan and Ghana. And the Ghana government can put one district, one factory. A good idea about MFA, because to do one district, one factory, you have to orient the whole country. Because Ghana ni names ya kwa juma 8. Ana Ghana ni ntiase se. Ono na ya boss wa ohwe akrofi fruit juice so. Na fruit juice no eta hobe 3,000 packs. Na ni be ko school adi so koto kalipo. Enti obe peja ba akwa ba fie. Oh, that's pilfering. And then we do company no into raw materials. Never say abrobena yakotwa free kwa umi proso di aban. Ye nyam process e kura no. No wa yi trade abeda no so for ase. Also for where there once abrobena buy twa ni nyina me na hye me sa. It be the 10 bro. Na 10 no. O ma so for bokro no. Until I ask na ada also for nyam ni na no abrobena. And this thing is a cultural thing. We have to reorient the whole country. That's the only way we can develop our country. We have to acculturation. We have to orienting. Number one, it was here say you year one day. Santa Fosha year Tuesday. You you flew number Thursday. Then you paper on Friday. You had nothing. Na Saturday akosi ni aye Saturday and Sunday ni asaba Monday akonta na Tuesday akokuntoka. So imagine the manager of a DVLA has he has to spend 2 weeks in Kowu Obo. Why? Because that is the culture. So within the 2 weeks, everything he has to do is piled up. That's what we can develop. So we have a culture that can develop. When people are blaming white people for the fact that Africa is not developing, they've not thought deep into it. If somebody has insulted you all this year, won't you do something about it? They say they have enslaved us all this year, won't you do something about it? The BMC setting up systems and to control it. All these are illiterates who are talking. Almost setting systems, no one then, what are you doing about it? Do something about it. Just break the system. So, my dash share educational system. So the way I go school, I bound to me. And the other answer, the real things in our country is not even. I can mention 5 of the main things in Ghana you have not even thought of. Why should the Ghana president be the commander of the armed forces? If he doesn't, there will be a lot of coup. Number 2, why is that the government of Ghana is the one who appoints the electoral commissioner? According to Ghana's constitution, when somebody leaves power, he cannot be taken to court until after 5 years. So we should rather rise up and say that the government of Ghana, the president should not appoint the chief justice. The president should not appoint the IGP. But who does that? Who will do that? America, is it the president that appoints the head of the FBI? No. FBI for nonsense in Chusubako. But I'm drawing your attention to something. Like if we want to develop this country, certain systems must change. It has to. For instance, we can never develop this country as we keep speaking different languages. It will never work. You see, airways will not allow us to speak Ga. Gans will not allow us to see Sisal. Sisal will not allow us to speak Asante. Asante will not allow us to speak. So whose language should we use? So let's make English the national language. Simple. Compulsory. No Ghanaian language in any of our schools. By 30 years, all our languages will die. But why should our language die? Okay. When the Red Indians, Americans, they discovered, Columbus and Co. discovered America, what language were they speaking? Now everybody in America speaks English. But there's a strong Spanish community in America. But it's the language of the country. But our own is not like that. So how do you say hydrochloric acid in Ewe? So the things we are even proud of, like the things we boast of, are the reasons why we can't develop. Because when I'm looking for employment and I see your name, I tell who you are coming from and I employ you. So you see, there's tribalism in Ghana. Look at the things they brought about Safumafu. He said, there's tribalism in this country. Why are there so much tribalism in this country? Because we are divided. So these are the main things that, how can we be united? And it's simple. The only thing that unites a people is religion. There is no way a people can be united except religion. Arabs, of all their confusion because of Islam, they are united. But the Middle is the most divisive group of people in the world. Religion is the only thing that binds. But here we speak against religion. And the religion, is it Islam or Christians? The white people succeeded in developing Europe because it was a Christian nation. Now that they have decided not to be Christian nation, that's why they are going down. Because now they don't know what unites us. So if you have traveled before, Europe and America is the most divided place. Look at the recent protest they did in UK. You can see that, look, the white people have lost it. They are not united. Abroad, you can't even greet people. They are so sensitive, Anything can offend, even by calling somebody he. Morals are built based on religion. So when somebody says that religion is the problem of Africa, on go school that when name answer. On try saying the reason why I am united is no one answer my bosom. That's it. What I'm preaching is from Daniel, overcoming the systems of the world. My mommy preaching, So have I finished the first John reading? Then now let's go to Daniel chapter 1. No, it's not possible. Listen to me. No people can never be united except by religion. If you have done history like I have done, prove it. Civilizations that rule the world based on one religion. Oko Greek and no one national Zeus. Paul ko preaching to kwesi because hey, who was already here bosom. Santifo nyina ko sumo ko anoche bosom ko free ogugu adebae. And that's why they became united. If you study the history of Asante, the king of Akwamu was the one they sent Osei Tutu to go and understudy. Because at that time, the Akwamu people were the ones who were ruling their clans. Asante, at that time, there was nothing like Asante. Asantes existed as vassals. They were actually groups of tribes grabbing for a just for united. Ano say to two bano fa konfanochi east region here wukugwa. Ano de ne ba say be to bosom ba kuma eni nyina yon som sa bosom. Ano this go this to free so be talk for. Yes ano mo kan history class. Ano ka say free na ekro ye nyina ya bosom ya besom nini. That's what happened. And that's how Asantis were the only ones who could form a kingdom in Ghana because they were one. That's what happens. So if the people do not have one religion, it's not possible. They can't unite. It's not possible. And are we ready to have one religion? That's why sometimes contemplations on the state of Africa just conclude that we can't develop. At that time, by my faith, I believe that it is possible because God is able to do. And I don't know how it will be. Because as people are now canvassing that we should go back to African traditional religion, will you go to that poho? You will not. You will not. Young consumer bosom be. Now, by female genital mutilation, dear moon. Now, sister, how to you but you can't say for near again. Hey, who will do that? Who will not do, who will not do. Who will not do. No, no, do. Yeah, so it Ghana and Ankasa, Yansu Somusa, Befanafa. Yeah. If you sit down carefully, tribalism plays a major role. It does in this country. So we are divided. We are divided. Somebody outside of your tribe, you will not marry the person. Also, you're born again. And even in church, people are not able to mingle. It's not possible. So, Pastor, I'm in a church. Should we focus on Daniel chapter 1? I said Daniel chapter 1. Daniel chapter 1. There have been so many digressions in the message. So, okay, maybe Pastor, Pawomia can do something. Maybe I'm not saying anything, but what I'm saying, maybe he can. But I'm just telling what is happening. Because for me, COVID, I bought fuel 2 CDs 40 pesos, 2001. And I'm buying the same fuel for 16.49. I don't care what kind of policy that or economic book you have read. My wife buys over 3,000 CDs of fuel every month. Yeah. 3,000. Today when I was driving, there was no traffic. 3 months ago, people have parked their cars. Yeah. I buy for 200 CDs every day. Every day. And that is if I come from my house to church. If I do any other thing like Monday I bought for 900 CDs. Yeah, Monday. When I came home, I said, "We are Mexica." You know, I had 2 envelopes. Mostly I keep the money in the envelope. I don't like putting money in my pocket. The envelopes are 2. When I was leaving, this one was 1,000. This one was 500. And the 1,000 one, there is nothing in it. And I said, no. What's going on? So I brought my jacket, I wore, I removed my trousers to check inside. Where is this money? Then I sat down to check what I have spent today. And I realized I spent 1,300 already. Out of it, 900 went into fuel. So as I was removing fuel, other things, the one finished. And this one too was left with 180 something cities. Someone transfer and calculate here. I can make the chef and well. Some of you have blamed people for no reason. We spent almost 4 million cedis on this project, this building. Yeah, when we started, the cement was 38 cedis. At a point, we were buying cement 104. Now I think it's 90. Huh? No, 105. Oh, I don't look at money. Anytime I give you money, it's not from church. Whether I ask somebody to send it to you or it's not. Well, I don't. If you follow the records, you will get heart attack. I don't check. When I come, they say, "Oh, Pastor, we bought tiles." I say, "Okay." But they call me, "Pastor, we have to withdraw money to buy tiles." I say, "Oh, really? Okay." But I'm not part of it. But when you see, This same man could buy 100 boxes. Now he's buying 43 boxes. Ubeka said, boys, now we are there. Yeah. One day I came and I said, apart from this person, nobody buys anything. If somebody is coming to work here, we buy the things that he's coming to use. Still. I said, oh, but now I would have said Samson is a thief, Mele is a thief. I would have said like that. Why not? Yeah. So once when the workers come around, they think that I don't have a say. I just watch it. I come to preach. I just go. Yeah. Only thing I ask is, how many people came to church today? Yeah. Sometimes when they are fighting, like somebody, like the generator guy, they had to pay him. He was calling me pastor. And I said, look, I don't carry money. So are you not the pastor? I said, I don't carry money. I'm the pastor. What has pastor got to do with money? Pastor is not about money. This person is the one who handles money. Call them. Don't call me again. I'm busy. But when they call me behind the stage. The pastor, should we give it to them? I said, because I don't deal with you. Why did I hire you? So I can't fire you. Yeah. I don't anybody who comes here, even if I like the person, I don't call. I say, oh, Samson, call this person. Oh, I will never call you. So I'm not the one who hired you. So you can't come to me for money. But they asked me. And I said, oh, they're money say, man. I'm a pastor. I don't deal with money. This is not a one-man church that they put the offering in the pocket of. I'm not a thief. They was already at top Barakuda or them. Now, when will you get time to read the book of Daniel? Huh? Let's beat the systems of this world. Jesus Christ was not carrying the Bible and then the purse. Those days we used to write some pen pad. It was called the Samaritan purse. You do write it to them. They'll bring you a lot of things. Bibles and the Samaritan purse. Do you know the Samaritan purse? Some of you blame the road to Jericho. A man was caught by armed robbers, beating, and the Samaritan came to help. Do you know why the Samaritan came to help? Because he had money. Yes. What if the priest had a car? He would have carried it. He didn't have a car. The Samaritan had a horse, and he put him on it. So the Samaritan purse means the Samaritan had money. You can be good person without money. You can be good. Oh yeah. So the Samaritan, the priest came to pass. The chief priest also came to pass. The Pharisee came to pass. Having to pass by a lot of things. Having to pass by Pastor Michael's children's school fees. Having to pass by 3 months rent. Yesterday, where's Eric? Say you were here. What did Joey come to tell me? Joey and his brother Otne are on demonstration. And yesterday they came to see me. When they saw, oh, you know, what did Joey say? He said, Pastor.
He said, Pastor, the place is far.
He said, Pastor, my house is too far. And Lily said,
yeah, the wife was around.
And he said, when Lily said that, I said, Pastor, and a lot of traffic.
It's true.
Hey, these children, my mother says I should tell you she's not around. My mother is inside. She says I should tell you she's not around.
There's a lot of traffic.
Do you know this today? When I told him, this is what Joe Wayne said. He picked a call. Charlie,
I was surprised.
You call somebody today that should look for chamber hall for you.
The place is far and there's a lot of traffic.
Now, the system of this world operates by principle. No, you have to know the system and to beat it. Then we look at the God's system that can beat the world. Now, what it means is that to survive on this earth, you have to understand these things we are coming to say. So, then when I mentioned that, then I close. I have 5 minutes. So, Daniel. Did I say Daniel? Chapter 1. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hands. In other words, God allowed them to be killed. With some of the articles of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his God. All the demons that descended on this earth, the place they came was to the place called Shinar. We don't have time to talk about it. It is that place they started building the Tower of Babel. It's that place that all these demons, that's where they came. It means the land of strangeness or strange places. And that is what has formed the Babylonian empire and systems. Shinar into the house of his God. And he brought the articles in the treasure of the house of the... And then the king instructed Aspenas, the master of his eunuchs, to bring some of the children of Israel and some of the king's descendants and some of the nobles. Now listen. For the king of Babylon to select people, he said, look for those of the king's descendants. Next week I'll talk about that. Number 2, look for those who are nobles. Hey. Children of Israel, some from the king's descendants, and some of the nobles. So, first, Jews, people that we have gone to bring as slaves. I need them. They are the best. But what if you don't know that the devil knows that you are the best? If the devil wins one unbeliever, he can even kill 10 unbelievers just to win one. Because we are more than 1,000. You are the best that they can. That's why when Christians become unbelievers in whatever they are unbelievers in, it's terrible. Most of all these worldly singers, they were all singers. Beyonce, they were all church girls singing in church. Yeah. Jennifer Lopez, they were all singers in church. Kwabena, Eugene, whatever. They were all gospel church boys. And then mostly it starts with offenses. Somebody has stepped on my toes. They don't know that that's the invitation of Satan. So, nobles, descendants of the king, and then Jews, children of God. Then he says, number 1, young men. Number 4, young men. Write it. I will explain them next week. Young men. The more you grow, the more useless the world sees you. I've heard Americans say Joe Biden should leave. It's a propaganda. God told me. It's something they have planned. They didn't just discover that the man is sick. They have known all this while. But even we that we are not in America, don't we know that the man has always been? How can you use one debate of 10 minutes to say that the man has flopped in 10 minutes of debate, so he should leave? He has been sick all this while. They just want to bring somebody else into power. And it will happen because they are launching. All the media houses are now one. Because anytime you see that the world is united, there is an agenda. BBC agrees, CNN agrees, or I can CNN be praising Donald Trump. Yeah, it's not. I do my planning. Oh yeah. And he will be removed. Oh yeah. No more the Obanaba. So It is well. It is well. The world is very funny. But people think that everything is planned. They know what they are doing. Except some stubbornness from heaven enters that man. My God. I hope you have been doing the 15 minutes. I say for some reason you're not able to do it. Make sure you do it. So let's finish so that when you wake up in the morning, just do 1 hour. Then 1 hour in the afternoon, 1 hour. It covers the whole 15 minutes, 15 minutes. If not, then do that 15 minutes. That somebody say, oh, Pastor, thank you. It's not compulsory. Hey. So as people grow, they become irrelevant. For instance, they will say you have to go on pension. That pension idea, if it makes sense, then why should we allow somebody who's over 60 to be president? If somebody becomes irrelevant at 60, why should people be allowed to be presidents at 60? So we have to change our constitution. Because the system that the world has programmed only favors the young. And it is God's kingdom. Remember, you are created in the days of your youth. It is not just a verse. It shows when you can be relevant to God and God's kingdom. Most relevant to God's kingdom. Yeah. So let's look out for young men. I'm showing you how the world system operates. Satan needs more young people than anybody. And that's why he has come for. He's not even interested in the old ones. Mostly the old ones said that they are not a threat. If even you are the most anointed man of God and you are 70 years, Satan says you are not a threat. He knows you don't have a lot of time. What he cannot do, nature will do. What he cannot do, your senses will do. What he cannot do, the earth will do. And what he can do is what demons do. Because the wisdom is earthly, sensual, and devilish. It's confusing now. Forgive me. Then he says, people in whom there is no blemish. Now, when he talked about people in whom there is no blemish, don't be quick to assume it is explained. He says, but good looking. So now, English, the but, what is it contrasting? Proximity clause. You know, the verb is for the closest subject. Is that not what they say? Okay, I say, somebody in whom there is no blemish, but, so he's showing the opposite of the blemish. That's how you understand the Bible. So every other thing you will add as explanations to this are all metaphors, allegories, figures, not literal. Because the literal here he has told us, somebody who is not a woman, but a man. So that you know that that's what, somebody, so here, it looks as if you are not good looking, the world doesn't need you. And that's true. Look at all the worldly singers. So those who are not so nice, can't they also sing? They are able to sing, but nobody accepts them. Satan knows it. If you are a newscaster, look, there are some of the newscasters. They are not casting news. They are projecting other things. But they are very popular all over. Why? Because anything that is attractive to the eyes, the world will accept. So Satan knows it. So if you don't have a certain good looking, now when we are talking about good looking, don't be worldly. Now, I'm not, no. The demons are talking to you. Everybody is beautiful. What makes people not beautiful, number one, is hunger, which is from the devil. Oh yes. I can't see that when the boys start eating and they start looking nice. Some of you, one of the most difficult things is to see a lady who is hungry. Also, bank as a common name. I'm not talking about people who are big. It's not big matter. So would say did our backers? No. I say who affect your skin, affected the color of your hair. Some of you 50 years, what I see grow gray hair, malnutrition. I actually. See how far you brought. Now, I bet look for any of the boys here before and after and put it on again. And let me show you the difference. Don't choose me. It's a good disclaimer. You try it, I will not spare you. Any of the boys. For instance, Pastor Eric has not become big, but he looks nicer now than before. You gradually have become a little big, and it's not only the boys. It's a universal currency. The before and after is not showing. Show that Pastor Charles in the Sunday jeans, you know. I see a job is something has someone be. Or you can even use yourself. What has changed? Prosperity has come. Hallelujah to Jesus. Obisi or say disloyalty. Now, when you see this, is it not the same human being? Now zoom in. That be fat to the walk cross also. I will share balloon. And that there was no catheter. Now. Please, it's not the camera. Why did it take you so long to process it? You see, it's the same person. But here, none won't know. Now give us after. One of his birthday pictures or the more recent ones. There's one of them be like that. Was very nice. Say I can't hear you. I said the area is but this one you look like somebody from Lebanon or the Niger, Mauritania refugees. Now. You should have a lot of respect for your wife. If she could say yes to you at this point. Of course. Hold on. Let me issue another disclaimer. Have you also seen her before? She accepted just as she was. Billy Graham said, just as I am. You have some? Which one? Oh, look at Femi Obalabi. Obadabe. You see that people change with time.
Yes, sir.
The change you see here doesn't mean God has recreated. Our recreation is of the spirit. It's environmental factors, social factors. So the truth is that everybody is beautiful. Everybody is handsome. It's environmental factors, social factors. So the world looks for people. For instance, many people think that Freemason, whatever. Freemason is not something they apply to join them. If anybody says like that boy, he says that come I'll join you to Freemason, it's a fraud. Freemason, you don't apply. They call you and they have systems they use. This is some when you hear A share says, "See, no matter on check." But joining recruitment. Oh, the worldly thing. I said, this is not age, because when people are even growing, their beauty fades. So if it's looking nicer here than that time, it's hunger. It's hunger. Also, I was a minister's name. Oh, to a ticket. So the truth is that, listen to me, everybody is handsome. Everybody is beautiful. Don't think that if you think you are not beautiful, Satan is speaking to you. It's not a accompaniment. And you may be out of the account. And you may be out of the Josu, what you say, not a balance. But the world looks out for people. Listen to me. If you are good looking and you are going for interview, it's affected. This one I wish I could use example. Yeah. I have that confidence in my wife. There is nowhere that there's interview that she people are very partial. Yeah. Even sometimes, because you have cast alone, you'll be favored. Because that's how the world looks at the outward. Me was a shark. Yeah. Because be free ban. You intimate to a boss and until you could sure could bro. That's it. The entire boss and until now I want to was about the roof here. At the end of 4 kilometers, now what was when will you reach home? So hunger, that's actually basically poverty. Poverty. Some of you, as soon as you go to secondary school, start looking nice because you eat better in secondary school than home. Even though I'm telling you. When I was in secondary school, a boy was going home and he was pouring omo in a rubber bag to tie it. Then one of my seniors said, "Hey, omo nifie." He was pouring omo from his sack, whatever, into a rubber and he's tying it to take it home to go and wash. My senior said, "Hey, omo nifie." If there was something in the house, why are you taking something there? Some people, when they go home, they even run to come and eat Danny. And not just a hotel. Listen, you can have money. Say problems of this world. I think I'm explaining too much. I wanted to show the components to you, then I will explain them later. How to look good. How to be. See, they look at number one, Jews. That's which one all of you qualify. You are all Christians. Number two, they look out for people who are of the king's descendants, pure followers of Christ, who are full of the Holy Ghost and power. Then number three are nobles. And I'll talk about nobility. Then number four, they are young men. Young men. Number five, good looking. So let's hit up on the point. Then he says that gifted. Gifted. This what if you have ACCA, it's a gift. You are gifted in mathematics, accounting, and that has brought you here. If you have A, it's a gifted something. The cat gifter here in this context is not about spiritual gifts. Skills. They are gifted. Then he says, people who possess knowledge. Knowledge. Secrets of overcoming the world is what I'm teaching. Into Obana Pastor Winfred, my butter and I'm a council for dear home. I can't am a some pound. Yeah, who Basabasa and twin tree as a Maurade. Also for the associate t-shirt. The biggest church in the world is not pastor by a t-shirt wearing pastor. Don't be deceived. Young Jones no t-shirt. Wear the bullshit t-shirt. Are the bullshit t-shirt? Why? Is this bad to wear t-shirt? No, it's not bad. It has this place. If the president of Ghana does not wear t-shirt for meetings, then there is a reason behind it. NATO people have met in America. Go and hear Taya Kasia. If the president of Ghana was part, he would have put on a nice suit. Mahama call you and owns wash a t-shirt. And you suit no boy. I don't want your food. So what say to him free Krobiaso. Nobody in the world can say that any of this you to buy. Nobody knows. BC China for BC Obianim. It's a cloth for the world. Ayatadia is for the whole world. Obiani wa will be emfa. And you wear Daniel suit. Where can crowd me? You suit to produce Obiaka say we are born wash suit. A suit to my heat. Actually, from a first suit to Musin, your shirt I share. Now then I'm from a namu, we say I want me. We say I'm from an Obana, we're not chim from an. You feel I feel cooler in suit than when I'm not in suit. When should be done here? Go and say now I'm from an Obana. Anyway, then people who are possessors of knowledge. Number 5. Number 10. Quick to understand. Oh, here there. Next week we'll dwell here. If we reach here. Quick to understand. Quick to understand. What does it mean to be quick to understand? Many people take too long to understand simple things. Up to date, a nation that is over 70 years, we don't understand how to develop a country. The things that we pride ourselves in as Africans are the reasons why we can't develop. Oh, your point is simple. Nipa saying the better tree, even in your own country. You have a significant population that cannot speak one tree. So are you saying we shouldn't speak tree? No, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the things that we are proud of, that they always say, I'm a Pan-African, or I am mad people, Pan-Africanist, they don't bring development. Pan-African, the father of it is W.E.B. Du Bois. One of the streets, that's the father of Kwame Nkrumah. One of Kwame Nkrumah studied. Then later Marcus Garvey. Then Malcolm X and all of those people were his contemporaries, Martin Luther and the rest. Why don't know Mohammed now? About 3 days no more. Listen, any Westerner who is making noise, just 2 weeks in Ghana. We are the cause of our own. Like, 3 man went to the bank and they said that the check that he's holding from his own checkbook, it is not in EcoBank system, so they will not give the money to him. Because the check has expired or whatever. They didn't. No. Now, why should I be held responsible for your error? But it is done in Africa. When I couldn't walk, 2015, I needed money to go to hospital. They carried me to HFC Bank, now Republic Bank. And when I took my ATM, that they don't use Visa, so if you don't meet their ATM, you can't get money. Then when I got there, the ATM is not working. Apparently, my card ATM has expired. So I went inside and I told them that, look, I'm very sick. I have to go to the hospital. And the ATM is expired. It's true, over a month. I have not seen it. So they should give me a counter check to get my money. The lady said they will not give the counter check to me. That's no problem. Right in my presence, a man came. He's a lecturer. Then they issue a counter check for him. And I told the girl that, but you just issued the counter check, so you are not this man. But I got crazy. I started shouting. He was there. I started scanning and nostril and then humming. Yes, I want to be Kasanche. But you know, that is the last time I've been to that bank. Me used scanning the catheters. That was the last time in Krobium, 2015. I've never used HFC in my life again. And I insulted the lady. I said, "You are a very foolish girl. You can't take me anywhere. Or take out. What do you mean? Do we make laws for human beings or human beings are made for laws? The problem is, can't you prove that it is me? That's the basis. Take me to the manager. And now they'll say, oh, when you can't, I better tell this. But, yes, before Jimmy, like, what you want to ask? It's as if the more we go to school, the more foolish we become. I'm telling you, it's like the more we go to school, the more foolish we become. Can't you issue discretion? This is a customer. He's the reason why you are sitting here, foolish girl. Also, my boss said, "So boss, look up once where Jimmy." Oh, that day I shook myself there. Because you can't do anything to me. I even look like a sick man. But listen, why can't we? Why? I don't know. Be beneath 3 more things. Sikani ene dia, anya odia ene dia. Kada odi be is kana expire no kre. But also I are no campus. I want sha. Oh. Ose abrofunti na bibi fonti men develop. Why ira? Ko hebro ni krom. What me tena phones no agilum. I want to buy a phone. They told me that. Are you paying cash or mortgage or something? And also, I'm not in this country, so it's not a problem. If you are only credit worthy, you have a bank account, they will give me the phone without even knowing me. What you are na almost say working interest man. Ahabusia asa woni motia to susu. Utua wonwie da. If you want it, go and see all the business owners, the people in the company that the manager is the one paying you. They will collapse the company. With no problem. A cultural. The main problem is our culture. Anyway, let's finish. He said, who has the ability to serve in the king's palace? What is the ability to serve in the king's palace? Loyalty, honor. I asked you to read the life of the courtiers. It's not a Christian book, but it tells you the politics in a palace or a palatial precinct. The politics. Human beings are political animals. I'm not the one who said it. Wherever they gather, there will be politics. Anywhere there is power, there is politics. Go and see Dangote. He's not a politician. Go and see the politics in his company. With 19. No. That's what is done in everywhere there is power. So for you to survive in any palace, honor and loyalty. Because in the palace, you are going to hear things that loyalty will help you to keep. This is the strategies to overcome the world. We'll talk about it later. And whom they might teach. So if you don't have what it takes to be in the king's palace, you can't be taught the language and the literature of the nation. But after they have given all these requirements, they did 3 things to the people they chose. Let's take them to the The king appointed for them a daily provision of the king's delicacies, number 1. They had to change the food they eat. So if you were a fufu person, now they are bringing you to the salad table. Or if you are the salad person, so what does it mean to change the food of a person? Food is doctrine. Systems of belief. No bomb can kill terrorism because it is not a weapon of war. It is not a bomb. It is an ideology. You have to change the doctrine, the teachings, the things they learn. So when you come to church and the church is not teaching anything, leave that place. It's not a church. We have to now teach you the king's language. We have to bring you under the civilization of Christ. We have to bring you under the influence of the word of God. That's the first thing. Number 2. And the wine speaks of the spirit. So let us baptize them with the spirit of Babylon. So they are going to take you through rituals to receive impartation of the spirit of Babylon. We are Juma Eco Bank for say Omoko retreat ya. And not by force or don't go. That's where you receive the baptism. Picnic. This is not where you pick friendship. You can let one say, oh, you want to confirm. are parties. Because wine is served as parties. So the second thing is that they must, like. These days when I pass through campus, the school has changed. And it has changed terribly. Look, the things people wear on campus, in our day, you have to walk on the campus for 1 week to see one. These days, look, it was not like when you see people with stomach. It's not like that in our time. This all paint and no cramp and you mirror about 9, 10, and 42 the acid no boys. Now it's everywhere. The dressing on campus is just terrible. That's the spirit of Legon. Ufri man side, fancy my banner. Dressing. The spirit has been baptized. That you have been baptized with the spirit. Uti Prempe College now Roro. Ufri was but now Roro. Utu Commonwealth ya now says Roro. The spirit of Commonwealth. So it's a Commonwealth to force Omoko procession near me. When I was in level 100, anything they gave to me from Commonwealth, I put it in the dustbin. Commonwealth t-shirt, Commonwealth, but they gave us some chain, we have a military chair, everything. Because God taught me that is the spirit of the place. Never be proud of anything Commonwealth. The spirit will enter you. I've never argued on Commonwealth. It's when we are in school now, you will never hear me talk about it because as you keep arguing, the spirit is baptizing. The spirit is coming onto you. Idea you cannot be proud of me in discussing. What is about Commonwealth that you celebrate? Apart from here, and that's how the spirit comes to people. If you say that you are proud of Ashanti, what is it about Ashanti that you are proud of? I'm coming to show you how you are baptized with it. You will be tribalic very soon. Because me can't home or I because when you become proud of something, that is how the spirit is transferred. And the spirit is always not a correct spirit. Hey, we are all Christian. Mommy, I'm proud of this. Brother, never marry somebody like that too, except you're also from that tribe. Because she has not left her father's house. And according to Psalm 45, say, until she leaves her father's house, she can never come under your canopy. Or no, because I can't culture or whatever. Only to a pan, I met a brother, one in my American Sisala. Now, if you want to know, why you confuse? Confuse means confused. Yeah. The things you are proud of. That's where the transfer happens. I voted 3 times in my life. Twice I voted for MPP. 3 days ago, my wife told me I will vote. I said, yes, who will you vote for? I said, I'm going to say you. And the 1 week, I'm a bumpire. Because this young guy, maybe I'm capable and can't money. So uncle for the spirit, you much, a spirit. I'm telling you, don't be political about these things. It's a spirit. Okay. How come that all the zongos are not correct? Whether it's in Accra or it's in Tema. Even in Dubai. There's a place in Dubai called Sharjah. Ubungu say, God, do not spit here. Do not spit here. A man for we said to turn test you go down. Until you notice about because that's the culture. Ubi turn test you. Efi. It's one of the 7 cities for the United Emirates. What is the United Arab Emirates? 7 cities. Ajman, Dubai, Sharjah, Qadiyah, something, and then Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is the political, Dubai is the business capital, the religious capital is the Sharjah, right? That's where you see the real Islam. Oko Dubai, you may never even see a mosque. Except so cost some Moscow, Dubai. But I'll call Sharjah the whole time. The whole town. Their homes are on people's buildings. Not that there's a special time. It's 24/7. Almost 2 million people died in Saudi Arabia this month when they went to the Mecca. You didn't hear it. It didn't come anywhere because they are united. It won't even make news, 2 million people because of heat wave. The weather was 56 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 2 million people, almost 2 million. Oh, they all died. Online service in Saudi Arabia, Mecca, where. So it's a spirit. Listen, we are all Christians. There's something about us you should be proud of, so that you get. That's the word the Bible calls zeal. When we are talking about proud, like I'm proud American, but that's what is called zeal. And zeal is the word the spirit is. When I talk to people and they are passionate about certain things, I stay away. They are dangerous people, they can kill. Because zeal is what made Zimri and Cosby be killed by Phineas. Zeal. Zeal. They can betray you as a pastor. Bishop Dark said that when they rose against him, all the guns in his church in Kolegono rose against him. Church elders. But they were like those pastors. They rose against him. When Kolegono people rose against him, they joined them. They are proud guns. Do you know any Ewe church in Ghana that the leadership is multi-ethnic? Why? They are proud of their tribe. Yeah. One day I went to preach to a pastor. He's an Ewe. I told him that, look, you can't have only Ewe leaders. Your church will never work. He didn't listen. But I mean, how? Why can't you have people from? One day I told the medical doctor, he has a church. All the leaders are doctors. And I said, this church will never work. There are nurses who started the church with the doctors. Why are they not pastors? The church will never work. If you're political, if you're not a doctor, you can't be a leader. That's evil. That's partisan leadership. Signs of a bad leader. Nobody will say party. You choose some to rule over when you can rule over everyone. And some of you can never and ever lead boys. Some of you girls, you can't lead boys. Some of you boys, you can't lead girls. Something will happen. They are all wrong. Male chauvinism. Yeah. Women activism. They don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere. They are all demons. Oh, women, why are you talking about women like this? Why? Nobody is talking about women about anything. I'm a pastor of this church. Every group that they are all ladies, they all fight. It's not about being tribalic. It's a reality. You see the crowd, most of them are girls. It will shock you the kind of fights they fought. And it's not because I've heard of anything. It's just by leadership. One day I was preaching and I said they fight over seats. I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't even know, but because there are a lot of, that's how they are. So it's not my sister's matter. Brothers, when you see brothers, you hear of masturbation, you hear of he has gone to have sex with somebody, you hear that he has stolen. Of course, girls also steal. They don't bath. It's common with boys. And boys like cat. Like if you're a pastor of a church, the leader of the money is a man. It means the church will never work. It will never work. Have you seen anybody who counts money in this church who's a boy? Ravi doesn't count money. He go to take records. I don't cry. I did because I'm young class. I shouldn't be saying, hey, Rafa, Kai's got an audio. I'll call this pesca or Kai's can be. Then he says, after their food has been changed, their spirits have been changed, then they bring them under training. Doctrine for food, wine for spirit. Then training, which is experience. When you talk about training, training basically means allowing the person to do it, to try it, to attempt it. So, if you don't write exams, you are not being trained. Well, the things you are learning as a knowledge is the exams that practicalizes it. Or you are not put on the field to do what you have been trained for. Yeah, there's no training. Yeah. That's why in an exam they can tell you that a man has 10 apples. He gave 3 to say, so what would have happened if he had, so that now you don't have the apples, but you have to put yourself in the position of having apples and making judgments. That's what is called learning, training. So they have to do that for 3 years. Anything that you have done for 3 years has a significance. And anything that you go through after 40, you may never and ever be able to overcome it. Anytime you're approaching 40, anything that you have been struggling with, God opens a door for you to come out of it. After 40, you may have to stay with it forever. That is if you have gone through for 3 years, at least. There's a significance. So that at the end of that time, they might save before the king. I'll continue next week and explain all of these points, one by one. Overcoming the world. You can be very anointed. That's why I don't believe in this rasta that people are doing. Not be wash earrings, no so bola. Enya boni but one share be do nya. Osu ye Kristo niba nti what dress it say Jezebel at the end so count. Anna abawani listen. Oko kanis o BBC a ye ma ho nhye ma yafi. Oko Al Jazeera ye nkramofu a ye ma ngro beard e meka news. Wo ye Kristo ni ba wo ye adwuma we ko bank ya. Enko ye wo ho se de utrim no so nunum uyo bia wa no wo ntema lip gloss kakra bia se sia we Johnson ma no nyina ye white me the rub for wa enya wa e saliva na dry o ma no nti asofofo ka sonta the rub for ya no no trim the enti am se boys wa ye fan o ma sha se no mu trim that's the point. Odopa on se me come into new full many asesa me yimiti on se my different. That's it. Nti wo ye Kristonia e was perfume ni bo anything. E ka Kristo somo hwe won comfort won comfort ye obo perfume da. Obo perfume ya ala dula for perfume no different scent ni bi. O comfort nware. Nyankopon man ye bo life. Ana me dra na ya pa comfort who will call me? Pastor Charles, get up. Look at Pastor Charles as it. Obi beads, I was saying. Came for beads in Tunisia. Oh, no, none in the home. Now, the year to come. Also, as you come here, people are passing here. But look at this man, you sit like this. No matter who you are, if this guy standing here comes to propose to you in this church, penokrana untimenya hash. He's looking gentle. I said, Pastor, I didn't go say, I was at 10. Baby, what did they call? No, baby, I call. You would daddy a shady could dinner. You were daddy a shako juma. And yesika, you would answer, you low near Shanghai high. You to so. Also, she has a starch in Medina for be much chiba could be 3 cities. What you mean to us half fortress near Diana? Sahat in a word, now they are see what I did. No, I say, a catty cake. At Tadiana, I said catty cake. What to so heavy. Let me tell you, it's part of the world. Nebuchadnezzar choose na him for head the. And this is what God is teaching us, that this is how the world operates. I want to say I see a dunket, ya open search there. If I see a dunket, that stands for flag bearer, who vote for him? On time, she sit. There be no Shabatakalis or war. It has a way of painting a picture of you. Listen, some of you are not too old. You should be contemporary relevant. Hairstyle be one man. For hairstyle. Listen. Calm down small. Ready to dance. Yeah. Oh, I thought we are not this type of. That way the life for us. Me can't laugh, baby. Like the one that is like Jet Li and Jackie Chan. Because it has a cultural ramifications. It connotes that you are from somewhere. And look at me here. Never dress to show where you are coming from. Asante fonkwa na eshi afrantumako wenyehwe. Aibe fonkwa na eshi afrantumabo mu na hyewe ne kura opoma enyehwe. Say if but enkoshe Saturday ne mfa nko United Nation meeting. Fanhwe ya de obeka bia obi amfa. So why can't I be proud of my culture? I said that's the reason why we are not developing. Check your house, your uncle who's always proud of the tribe is the one who doesn't have money. Yeah. If there's anybody rich in your house, he's the one who hardly comes for meetings in the house. It's a spirit. That culture does not promote growth and development and prosperity. Take it from me. I'm telling you the truth. My father na catch them. My father no detail pa community. Or catch them and say, so what just idea will to me be here buburo. He didn't. They came to fight with him, insulted him. His sister, the dinner attempts over bone naked. Suddenly, Bushia Japade say obey him also he will not do it. And my father told me, he said, when you become a Bushapenny, you will never be rich. And I'm saying, I say it's a spirit. And he told me that it is entrenched in the culture. When you are ready to do your business, they will tell you that somebody says that there's a boundary we must move. And they spend 3 years and it's not going to be resolved. Every day, are sitting there doing useless meetings. Every funeral, they will call you. And when you come, you have to spend 3 days there. They don't care what you do. Because the people who are always there are farmers. One call for no wait my coach now. Now, Nipa who sign a check or bank, they want call now, be papa or no. You be you ready. Check all the business people who become kings in Ghana if they become rich again. All the rich people, they make them kings in their villages and hometowns, suddenly lose their money and they become poor. You can't be rich.